Hi, I'm Lee Dixon with I Am Player for WiganGooner.
Do you think Koscielny, Giroud or Schillaci would get into the famous back four?
One word answer or? No. Quite simple. No. They've got a long way to go to prove themselves, I think. So to put any one of them, I think the thing is with that, if you take them individually and take one of the centre halves out of the back four, like Tony or Martin, then yes. If you put all three as a back, if you're saying do they replace, I think the unit is more important than the individual. So you could take me out of the back four and play Sanya, and it wouldn't take 5 minutes for him to learn the system. And likewise for Nigel, when Ashley Cole came in, he was educated by Tony about where to be and what to do, and so he fell into that format of how to play. But I think it's difficult once you get more than two in there, it starts to break down. So the power of the unit of four was the key to why we were quite dominant at the back. And so individually they could probably step in. Giroud could go in as centre back, not a problem. But if you put them all three of them in, then it would be a problem, I think.
So by that token, but in reverse, do you think if yourself, Nigel, Tony, Martin, if you could take that back four in its prime and put it into the current Arsenal side, do you think they would have won the League Cup? Anything?
This year, I think, without blowing my own trumpet, if you like, or the back four's trumpet, I think if you put us in our prime into the way they played this season, I think we would have won the league without question, because they weren't far off playing the way they did, and so with a little bit of maybe a bit more mental strength and that unity at the back, as I said, the unit is the important thing, then I think we would have won the league, yeah, and we certainly would have won the Carling Cup, because that mistake that happened right at the end of the game, I think wouldn't have happened with Tony Adams and David Seaman, for instance. That would have been sorted out before that. So I think we would have won 2 trophies, maybe. I don't know. It's hypothetical anyway. But
He didn't get mentioned in this question, but presumably you would take David Seaman with you and put him in goal into this current side.
Do you need to ask that?
No.
There you go then. No. Yeah, of course.
Have you ever considered doing your coaching badges?
I've thought about it. I've got a bit of a problem with that. The process you have to go through to obtain your badges, which I probably cut my nose to spite my face. I've sort of reluctantly gone, I don't need to do that, because I'm quite probably arrogantly, if that's the right word, or head in the sand, think that why should I have to do take a coaching badge to work out whether I understand the game or not, and I'm able to put that over to players. I understand the process of trying to unify the system of coaching in order to get some sort of policing of what the coaches have to go through to actually attain a badge. But I still believe there's a lot of rubbish taught in as much as you need this, you need that. I understand organisation skills can be improved by going on courses, but that should be left up to the individual if they want to improve. I'm a big believer, if you are a good coach and you get a job at a club and you do well, whether you've got a badge or not, that is a sign that you can coach. If you've got a badge and you're not a very good coach and you get sacked, then just the fact that you've got a badge doesn't mean to say you're a good coach. So I think if you get an opportunity to coach, you should be allowed to at some level. And if you're any good, you're any good. But I do understand that they're trying to make the process more easy to follow. Where you can't just get a job if you fancy yourself as being a coach. I understand that, but I think at pro level, I think if you've played the game at a certain level for a certain amount of years, I think the French have got a system where you need so many points to actually attain a badge. And if you've played a certain amount of times at a certain level, that you get so many points for that. So if you've played at international level, you get more points. And once you've attained a certain amount of points, you then get your badge. And so I think that's quite a good system.